We're here today because Vulcan Power is succeeding in just the way that we have all hoped and put our capital behind for many years. We're out in the desert drilling steam in Nevada successfully. All three of the recent shallow wells that we drilled in a production size have hit steam as planned. And oddly enough, the same month that the steam drilling is just going really great, the last two capital financing sources, Denham Capital of Boston and Houston, and the Merrill Lynch Commodities Group have launched what appears to be effectively a takeover attempt on Vulcan. And talking to some of the other sizable shareholders of the company, we've decided that we need to form a Vulcan Shareholder Rights Protection Committee so that we can thwart these efforts to take our company over.
I'm mad. We've been in it for quite a while. I put a lot of my money into it. I've told my friends about it. They put their money into it, and we helped Vulcan survive to this point.
Out of nowhere, these guys from Denham and Merrill and their damn law firms tell me that I can't even go into the corporate office. They won't tell people where I am. They've told me themselves when they were courting us, trying to get into the company, that I was the vision. They told me that we were so advanced that they wouldn't need to spend even 5% of their management time on Vulcan. I must have heard that 10 times. Oh, you're so advanced. Oh, you have such a great process. We've done 4 months of intensive background investigation. This is ridiculous. It's just self-serving nonsense designed to facilitate a takeover of our company and eliminate me as the person who is intent on preserving the company and the rights of these people and the other shareholders. That's what this is about. It's pretty clever. It's pretty clever, but it sure as hell is unethical, and it sure shouldn't be allowed under the law.
Seems a bit ironic that the very qualities that they liked in you are now the qualities and the reason they want to get you out of there. They're coming along right when this is about to, turn to fruition for everybody, and then they want to steal it out. They've made their deal. They've set their terms out, which were agreed upon on both parties, and now they're basically trying to renege, and because they hold the cash and they haven't paid all the cash, they're trying to renegotiate, so to speak.
They're so intent on grabbing the 5 or 6 million shares of stock in the company that's supposed to go to all of us, and they're so intent on trying to move the company to Delaware, that well-known haven of big money where all the shareholder rights for us smaller people, are just ripped to shreds. They're so intent on doing those things to us that they just can't see the forest for the trees. They are barring me from conducting the business of the company. It's basically costing Vulcan at least $300 million worth of projects already, and this is only in the first week. Here I am sitting here as the chairman of the board and the president and the CEO and the largest private shareholder in the company, and these guys have turned on me like a pack of wolves. And there's not a single thing that I have done wrong in my management of this company.
I can't believe anybody's saying this about Steve. I'm pretty optimistic that he'll get through this, but at the moment I can't see how they have anything to say against him. He's been square with me with every dealing.
I had to cancel the meeting over a $300 million contract.
Wasn't it 6 years ago when Enron came around and they wanted to buy all the shares and put you on the board, and look where Enron ended up?
These guys stand to make great profits in Vulcan under the financial model that they agreed upon with us was a proper financial model for this company. They stand to make inordinate profits, well above average, well above a risk-adjusted return, and that's not enough for them. They want our piece of the action too. And you know, this is the last time this is going to happen to Vulcan Power, and I think that's why you guys suggested we all get together and talk it over face to face, and I'm appreciative that you're here to help us now.
We stuck around because we believe in you. We don't just believe in geothermal energy, we believe in you as the leader.
Yeah, Stephen is a very strong, inspiring, and he's a strong man. You know, we need a strong man to work. And also, you know, the strong become confidence to trust. You know, we feel good about it, good feeling about it. That.
I appreciate you saying that, Sue. We're here to protect our rights. That's our company. We built that company together. I worked my butt off over 90 hours a week, literally over 90 hours a week. You put your money in it and helped me with concepts and direction. And here we are today, and they're treating it like it's their company alone. It's not their company. It's our company.
Right.
Yes.
You know, any one of us 8, 10, 12 years ago could have just as easily invested in, you know, one of the oil giants or someone else that was already public and made, you know, a pretty substantial return. But the fact, you know, I don't know that there's any one reason, but I think when you combine them all together, the fact that it's a new venture and there's the potential for large profits is obviously exciting. The fact that it is a renewable source, which when we started investing was not really a big issue for a lot of people, but it was still, you know, on the forefront of my mind and thinking this is pretty cool.
One of the things that I've heard or observed that they think they're going to criticize me on is the mobile field office that we purchased. And I think that these guys that sit at their desks and you know, behind a desk someplace and try to live on our backs actually probably don't even understand what we do. At least what I do as the CEO. You know, I don't sit behind a goddamn desk all the time. I've got 2 master's degrees from Stanford, but I get out in the field.
I think that it's nonsense that they should criticize you for that, because you're doing the work of more than 2 people at least.
I think people will be shocked to find out how frugal most of us are at this table.
And that includes me too.
Oh, yes.
You know, those people in private equity like Denham Capital, and those people at Merrill Lynch who sit in various funds, those people are intermediaries. And they should not be allowed to skim off the cream of American corporate business.
I would call them predators. They're Johnny-come-latelys, and they want to beat us out of the money that we've been investing for years. I'm 68 years old. I don't have the physical capabilities of going out and working for another 10 or 20 years. This is all the money I've saved, and unfortunately, things aren't looking very promising right now. These people are bullies, and they're taking advantage of Steve and all us people that have invested, and we've invested. I've been in it for 8 years, and I'm very disappointed with Merrill Lynch. I thought they were a good, reputable company, and I don't know much about Denham, but I sure don't think much of them anymore.
Every member here are stockholders, and we're all behind you 100% of the way. You've done a very good job of managing, bringing it from nothing, and not only anything to a powerful position in the geothermal field. We're proud of you.
Thank you,
Can
Cal.
when your board say that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's going on now is not good for America. It's not good for the planet. It is, these guys even want to eliminate the Native Restoration Fund, one of the most progressive things any company has set up in the United States, and they're so goddamn greedy, they want to do away with that 5% habitat fund. And they have questioned the modest use of the money that you all know we've been spending on some of these programs that are all good for the planet. They give something back. Not these guys. It's all got to go into their bank account. The Native Restoration Fund, the habitat money, the tribal money, and our share of the profits. They want it in their bank, and they mean to get it.
We invest our money here because we want to help out the Indian nation. We want to help out the green. We want the restoration of the pastures out there. and make the land like it was originally. And I feel that we're doing a service to the country, to ourselves, to the pollution of the air, and everything else. And the biggest byproduct of geothermal is distilled water, and that goes back down into the earth.
They did 4.5 months of background investigation, and now 2.5 months later, as the steam field starts hitting, suddenly all this stuff comes out? Gee, do you think they're managing their investors' money very well if they can't even do a background investigation properly? Well, what's the answer to that? The answer is obvious. They did a great background investigation. They found out that I'm a great manager, that I'm a tough guy who's going to stand up to them, and I will stand up to them from now until eternity. I will stand up to them, and I don't know why they thought I might not, but I'm going to on behalf of myself and these other people. And they did do their background investigation. They did their background investigation, and they know what they got. And what they got here is a company that is succeeding in huge, huge dollar amounts, in huge asset increases, and they're trying to grab an unfair share.